Well, okay. Well, we are live.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back. And welcome back to Let's Smoke About It with Cap and Daddy and
Nookie Puss.
yeah. Hello, everybody. How do
Hello.
you? How do you do?
It's been a hot minute, but boy, do we have some stuff in store for you guys today. First and foremost, I would like to bring forth a debate about whether or not Christmas music belongs during all seasons of the year rather than just wintertime. I myself am an avid believer in Christmas music being played whenever. I specifically prefer the August Burns Red Christmas album because it brings a certain level of joy of the season as well as the heaviness that I've come to grow and love.
So, have you ever seen the inside of a jail cell? Because
Yes.
you're going to get used to it. You keep talking like that.
Yeah, no, I can't get back. I can't get. Nope. It barely belongs for a week. A week at most.
A week?
A week
You're
at
telling
most.
me a week.
A week. And it has to be the week of Christmas.
My thing is that I believe, yes, that Christmas has been too far extended, even into November. I feel like Christmas as a whole should be selective to just December. But I also feel like some of the things that we take from Christmas in terms of the decoration and the spirit, we should kind of keep in through January. Because January has nothing. January's boring. It sucks. I mean, yeah, we have New Year's, but like after New Year's, there's really nothing to look forward to until Valentine's Day. And realistically, who does that much for Valentine's Day unless it's the romantic gesture the night of? I'm talking in terms of like a true celebration. It should be more festive. Maybe not so focused on like the religious aspect. Obviously, I think that could be kind of axed out a little bit, but the festive side of it, the parties, big joyous events, gathering around good food, good people, and making sure that everybody's safe for the night, as opposed to going to sleep night after night, by yourself, alone, like
Alone. Wow, Christmas time and you're alone.
Oh, dude, so that's my other problem. Christmas in years past, to me specifically, has turned into a half-day event, and I think that's why I'm so damn salty about it.
What do you mean by half day?
Okay, so I say half-day.
Do you stop at noon or start at noon?
No, we stop. No, but we
no dinner.
we do Christmas Eve, right? Like once everybody's off of work or whatever, we show up 5, 6. We do Christmas Eve all the way through Christmas morning, and then we do an early dinner at like 1 or 2 or whatever, and then after that, like, gets it. And I'm not saying that needs to be it like that. I sound like a pompous ass, but I feel like there could be a little bit more drawn out to it, like make an event of going and sledding down a hill, make an event of going and doing like a particular feast style dinner, not necessarily just for the Christmas, but like things like of that nature,
and Jello shots
and Jello and
I mean, technically you get to do that twice in December. Once for Christmas.
You know how you can make that a reality? You can switch over to Judaism and
8
you got
nights.
8 nights of Hanukkah, bro.
8 fucking nights.
Yeah,
man.
but are they allowed to get trashed?
Yes.
Probably.
I don't think so.
Dude, you have to. But that's what I was saying. Like, you get to do 2 kind of feasts in December. One for Christmas and the other one for New Year's Eve.
If you celebrate New Year's that way.
It's a new year. Like, it doesn't matter what your religion is. You celebrate going into a new year.
I don't believe it's a new year.
We didn't circle that, son. We stayed in one spot.
The sun circled around us. We are the center of the universe.
I like to say it is still the year 1984. It has not changed since then.
Orson Welles.
No, we're really in 2012 because the simulation, that's when we got put in the simulation.
I was going to say, that's when our universe collapsed and they had to
But
create.
the simulation wasn't strong enough to last this long, so it's falling apart in the year 2020.
Yeah.
And this is what we're seeing.
It's the direct result of the catastrophic events that have led up through our timelines. And Stephen Hawking said it best. We discovered a particle and a new way of forming a lapse and a warp in the time-space continuum.
The God particle.
The God particle.
Yeah, you're going to name a particle the God particle and
Damn.
think it's going to be fine to, like, it's good.
Mm-hmm. We have essentially thrown ourselves into a never-ending spiral of destruction of our own timeline while others choose to prosper. And unless we can figure out how to get to that timeline specifically, we're dead because planet jumping at this point is out of our reach. We've
Not out of our reach.
It's out of our reach to the point where we're not going to get more than 100 people safely to another planet within the time frame that we have left.
Quickly, yeah.
With how long it takes just to get over to Mars.
Exactly.
We'll get maybe like 20, 30 people over there. Colonizing it. That's another. We'll cross that bridge when we burn it.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to watch The Martian and be fine on colonizing Mars.
Potatoes. We talked about this already,
shit into
The Martian, and I still haven't seen it.
No, I still haven't seen it. It's been like, 3 weeks, and still haven't seen The Martian. Again, goes back to the second podcast, terrible at watching new movies.
Yeah, you really are. I myself,
God-awful.
within the last week, have watched like 5 different movies that I've never seen before.
Damn. I haven't really watched a whole lot. You seen Zodiac?
I haven't seen Zodiac yet.
Really?
Is it good?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I mean, it's a little bit older now. It's weird saying that because it was like 2007. I'm like, oh, it's old now. It's old news.
Oh yeah.
No, but who do you got in there? Robert Downey Jr., Jake Gyllenhaal, that other guy.
I'd love that other guy.
You're really painting a picture with that other guy there. I think it's coming together.
It's a bit long.
It's
like almost 3 hours, so it's a pretty long movie. But it's like it's like event after event after event in the beginning, and it's like kind of hard to follow at first because it's like following the Zodiac killings in the prime time of the 60s up to the 70s, which is cool because it's like actual documented cases of the Zodiac killer, and actual cases they went over. So I kind of gave it some slack there because if it was a regular movie, I'd be like, this is trash. Like it's going by too fast. I can't keep up. And then it really slows down because, well, the killings kind of stopped for a while and they're still trying to figure it out. And Mark Ruffalo, that was the other guy. So basically, it's a bunch of people that are now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's before they got the superpowers.
And you see Robert Downey Jr.'s character. I forget his name, the guy he's playing, but he kind of goes into a downward spiral because he's looking into the case for so long, and he's just like not figuring anything out and becomes a raging alcoholic. And
I feel like I have seen that movie,
and then
it's been so long since, like you said, 2007. And
then you got the naive, high-spirited Jake Gyllenhaal. He's just the cartoonist for the newspaper, and he's like, I'm gonna figure out Zodiac killer.
I'm a real boy.
Yeah. And then it kind of drags out through the middle, but then right at the end, it gets like picks up again because he's like figuring shit out, and he's just like, holy fuck. That's the guy.
He's the guy that I've been looking for this whole time.
Yeah.
Thank you, cartoonist.
It's cool. And then afterwards, I watched Goldeneye, which is a huge tonal shift. Holy shit.
That all happened this week?
This was like
didn't watch that many movies.
2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Have you ever seen the movie Greener Grass on Hulu?
No.
Have you seen The Green Mile?
Of course I've seen The Green Mile.
Okay.
Greener Grass is actually kind of nuts. It's one of those movies where I've seen it probably 5 times now, and I still just... I can't really tell you what the overall theme is supposed to be. But within the opening scene, one of the main characters gives away her like infant child to her friend. Like, here you go, it's your daughter now.
Like,
and then proceeds to. I mean, other things happen in the movie, but throughout the movie, she continuously goes back and asks if she can have her daughter back, and the woman gets more and more like pissed off that she keeps coming back and asking.
Quit asking about your baby.
She's my baby now. She's a wet bottom is her last name.
Don't be a fucking Indian giver. You're like, whoa. No take backsies. Is that politically correct to say now, Indian giver?
No.
Is that racist?
No. Yes. Slap yourself on the hand.
I was gonna say I'm not 100% sure of the implications and what we're trying to accomplish here, but I would say that may be a little far out of reach.
Sorry, I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it. You know those Brazilian nuts? You know my grandpa called those. Not good.
I was gonna say better left unsaid.
Let's just say with the pause, that's enough right there. You know,
it's bad. It's bad. Is the N-word worse than cracker? Well, obviously you couldn't say the N-word, so it seemed like that one's the worst Word.
And it's the same argument for Karen. Stop trying to relate a terminology used for a group of people with a similar mindset.
That was weird to see that pop up. People were like getting really offended by it. I'm like,
I don't want to be called a Karen. It's like,
which word do you follow up with word? Not Karen. So obviously you can
not
say
the Karen word. Yeah.
K word.
They said the K word. What, cunt with a K?
It's just weird seeing
that would have a much harder implication, I feel. I feel like the CUNT is just too pretty written out. As like an actual word, it's ugly, right? But written out, like if it had a like KUNT, like that looks like an ugly word.
Well, if you think about it, yeah, it looks kind of like a pitfall.
Yeah.
Cunt. You got a K and a T.
What about KOONT?
Coont.
Same way, but it's like someone slapping you with a pie right in the face.
But see, that's borderline racism right there in itself. You get rid of the T. What do you have?
Coon?
Yeah, you walked into it. Coon.
I walked right into that.
No, because you're just getting rid of the T. So it's just KOO. Coo.
Oh, coot? Is that what you were saying earlier?
If you were saying coon. Oh, did you put an N in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I thought, that's what we thought you spelt out. We didn't.
No, you good. I'm wrong. You fine.
Anyway.
You looking good over there.
Thank you. You know, there's something about a shirtless man sitting to my right. I'm kidding, ladies and gentlemen. He does have a sleeveless shirt on, though. Giving us a good show of the cannons. Captain Daddy out on full display today.
Bright pink nipples.
Peacocking around, showing us what we really ought to be seeing.
And there goes your Bob. Batteries out and everything.
Pizza.
It exploded.
Okay, so I guess that puts the end to the debate of the Christmas thing. You guys are definitely not for it.
Okay, let me finish it, I guess, with it. I don't mind the Christmas music. It does have, it has a limit.
It has to be a specific, like, variation. I'm talking, like, the old school, like, the good classics. I don't want to listen to the Mariah Carey shit. I don't want to listen to that new school.
No, that's what
like,
I'm saying.
The Michael Bublé stuff, you know, is good because he still follows suit of, like, the old school, like, the Sinatra-esque, like, style of music. But it just...
But it's all the same theme, is what I'm saying. Like, it's...
So, okay, so then how would it be if it was, like I was saying earlier, if it was generalized? If it wasn't so specific towards Christmas, but as more of a festive season feel. For, like, for, like, a 2-ish month period.
I can get behind a holiday feel.
Yeah.
Like, one is just saying, hey, this whole month is full of holidays. Because it's like Hanukkah,
Kwanzaa.
What the fuck is Kwanzaa?
You know, I've actually been super curious about that.
You never went and put your presents under the Kwanzaa tree? Like,
no, what is a Kwanzaa tree? What do I get it?
Fuck, I don't know.
Is it like cactus? Is that a Kwanzaa tree?
I'm not sure.
That's like the Futurama bit. Hey, Kwanzaa bot, how's it going? Oh, you know, just another year of handing these out. It's a book that says, what is Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa bot handing it out to kids. 300 and something years, and I'm still handing these out.
I don't know why I'm going to bring this up, but I think it's interesting how everybody was trying to be more, I think initially we're trying to be more inclusive of all holiday ideals of what people celebrate with the happy holidays initially, and people still took like offense to that as opposed to, no, it's America. We say Merry Christmas.
I didn't think that would be such a big stink.
I didn't think it would be a big deal either.
Religion is involved into it. So...
Which makes it so difficult. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to have like a straightforward discussion that didn't turn into a theological reference point. Like I understand that you have a certain, I don't know. I guess it's just because I've never like said, hey, my thought process is based off of a belief system that I have of religion. Like that's never in my mind been not even an excuse, but like your reasoning behind the way you think. Mm-hmm. It's always been like, hey, a certain level of experiences has shaped my mind to view the world a specific way. That's virtually how it's come to be. I haven't been led blindly by an organized religion to believe.
And that's what it needs to be.
In a hive mindset.
That's where essentially your wisdom's coming from, is your experience. You've just learned from what you've done. You're like, hey, just letting you know from what I've done. Don't do it like that or do it like this.
Yeah.
It's not...
And I've been through some shit. That's why I give great advice.
When it was like, when we were talking about your parents, sometimes you learn what not to do from your parents.
Oh, 100%. I saw it
As you're growing up.
I saw it said best the other day. The greatest gift that your parents can ever give you is the gift of childhood trauma. And the reason being is because as you get older, you realize, as you become more of an individual and more self-aware of your own emotions and how you handle certain situations, you realize that they were once in the same place that you're at. Maybe even younger. I'm pretty sure I was alive at this point when like my parents were my age.
I
I'm pretty
totally
sure
was as
born.
well.
Yeah.
Like I was
And,
thinking
like I
about it.
couldn't imagine like having a kid right now. Not really.
Your parents had you at like 24, 25?
Yeah, 24, 25. Yeah.
Okay. My parents were a little bit older. They were about 28 or so. They're like nearing 30. Like right now I'm still not the age at where my parents even met each other.
Really? Okay.
Because they met each other and within, I want to say 3 months of dating had me. Or like, I was a thing.
You were
conceived.
You were an issue.
And
You were a freight train.
yeah, so they're
the world.
not like older, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because typically when a lot of people
Start pumping
here
them out.
in the U.S. have kids is usually between the age of 19, unfortunately younger sometimes, but around 19 to 25, and
I think my mom was like 23 when she had me.
I think my mom was right around 23 too.
So it's like,
23,
man,
24.
you're having me right now, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what to do next.
Don't get me wrong. When I was a kid,
Like, when you're having a
I
kid,
thought that was, not necessarily the next step, but that was my next goal. I'm not saying that I was like just blindly following some path, but like I definitely knew I wanted to be married and start my own family.
When you're like, sorry, not 25. When you're like,
19.
between 7 and 10 years old, you know, 25 seems like about
That's so far away.
half a century away.
Oh yeah, feels like they seem so old. Like they've been on Earth for so long.
Yeah, and but it's like when you're young too. Like it's when like you're developing, and when you think adults, they know everything. They know all the things, and they're impervious, and they know everything, and I know nothing. I am pleb. And then I think it's around the time, at least for me, probably around like high school, like 15 years old or so, you kind of start realizing you're like, I don't think anybody knows what's going on. I don't think everything is confusing, and I think everyone's just winging it because no one knows why we're here. No one knows what was before or what comes after.
I feel like every day there's something new.
Well, and that brings me back.
Not prepared for that.
Yeah, that brings me back to the quote. It's like the greatest, they have their own traumas. At one point, they were the same age that we are. They were trying to get it figured out. So it's like they gift you with this certain way of being brought up, and you get to see the positives as well as the negatives. Ooh. So that way, if you ever get into that same position where you get to be a parent, you get to do things differently. Yeah. And it's not, and I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect. No parent is perfect. Everyone has bad days, bad moments, times where they feel.
Good.
I'd like to think that I am.
Look at a perfect child over there.
But he, it
inflate my ego.
The only thing that you can do is hope to be better.
Hand.
That's really it. The only thing you can do is hope to be better.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people lose sight of that.
Well, that goes back to you just got to learn what not to do based off what your parents, because you know what to do, because they're gonna teach you. See, this is why I do this, so this happens. All right, but you don't tell me about the things that you accidentally did that you had to recover from.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's like,
and what sucks sometimes is when people grow up, like our parents' generation, like Gen X area, like after the baby boomers and shit, like they. A lot of them will take what they grew up with as bad, and instead of really like changing it, like more nuanced, they just kind of do the exact opposite. And I think that's kind of shown in the last fucking 10 15 years. About the last 10 years of people growing up where their parents were like super super hard on them and very strict or very religious, and then they just do the complete opposite, let their kids do whatever they want, buy them whatever they want.
And it's raised a generation of
I'm not going to raise my kids like I was raised.
It's like, my mom never got this stuff for me. I'm going to get you everything.
Yeah, I'm going to give you what I didn't have.
it doesn't have that kind of problem, but it's a new problem now.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they choose such extremes. I mean, realistically, I don't understand why humans and nature in general don't or choose those levels of extremes. Why when I think
defense mechanism
maybe when
dealing
I like
with
a
past
like
trauma?
they don't want to, so their defense mechanism to deal with that trauma
and
is
I
to
think
just
it's
revert to a
living-
complete opposite.
Yeah, like trying to live vicariously through your children.
I'd say that's
Which is
a
a
big
horrible
Like
idea.
I wanted to, like the dads that were like, I wanted to be a football player, so you're going to play football and you're going to
exactly.
be good.
No, that's a good one because
Like,
there's
that
parents,
happens more often than you would think.
Well, with gymnasts especially.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
those kids get lived through vicariously through their parents so hard because they're dedicating their
athletics.
entire
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Dude.
you're like a shadow of your parent, almost.
Yeah, and like I think my dad brought that up to me. He's the last time I saw him, he's like, I hope, like when we had you sign up for sports and stuff, you didn't feel like that I was like forcing you to do that. I was just like, I like sports and stuff. I want to see if you liked it. I'm like, oh no, like I chose to play soccer and baseball. Like that's why I didn't play football and stuff, because I was like, well, I want to play soccer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and the reason I stopped is because I didn't want to do it anymore.
Right.
And you didn't make me do it, so fuck, you let me go into band and play music and stuff.
Right.
You guys were super cool about it, and
Hell yeah.
I appreciate that. Letting me like forge my own path instead of being like, no, you're gonna play baseball and you're gonna be on the fucking Dodgers one day.
You're going pro, damn it.
And that's just shows how mindful your parents were of that entirely. And I feel like my parents had a similar thought. They're like, we don't want to like force you, even though it kind of felt like they did, because they asked me 100 times if I wanted to. To be fair, though, even as an infant, I would just sit on the couch and like wait for them to turn on football, allegedly.
Allegedly.
See, no, my parents didn't care about me playing sports because I didn't play sports until middle school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I approached them. I'm like, hey, I want to kind of try out for football and whatever. And so I just did that. And then because of me, that's when my brother did it. Who did it at an earlier age.
It's kind of funny how, like, I don't know if your younger brother was like that, but I felt like with our brothers, me and captains here, they always seemed to, we always kind of did things like in tandem, like we would play games together. I picked up baseball. He's like, well, I want to play baseball too. I'm like, well, I'll pick up soccer. He's like, well, I want to do that too.
Yeah, if you played soccer as well, right?
I was gonna say
except he was a little more adventurous. He ended up picking up like basketball and shit too, and he started doing that, and I was like, I'm not good at basketball. I can't fucking shoot.
I tried basketball once in middle school, and I got on the C team, the worst team. That's like, we can't cut you because we want everyone to play, but here's a team.
So my parents my dad especially wanted us to play sports from an early age, but he wasn't like super like adamant about like you can only play this, right? So he definitely let us like venture out and like choose, and soccer was the first one. And I have an older brother as well, so a lot of it stemmed down from them. He never
did not know that.
Yeah, he's like 4 years older than me. He never played football, but he started off with soccer in like late elementary, maybe middle school, and then went to baseball at the end of middle school. Never played in high school. And so I got the idea of doing soccer a lot earlier, and then my younger brother got the idea of doing soccer even earlier than that. But I wanted to do baseball. I was only old enough for t-ball, so I said fuck baseball altogether.
Yeah.
It was a bad idea. But then similarly, my younger brother picked up football after I did. He picked up basketball after I did, and then I would try and learn how to like skate and shit like that, and I just wasn't very good at it. Ping pong and whatnot. My younger brother was a prodigy in like just athletics in general. It was super
the
weird.
Itachi to your Sasuke.
Yeah, it was annoying as shit.
With ping pong.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Itachi playing ping pong, dude? No one could beat him.
Genjutsu. You got like 5 balls coming at you. You don't know which one's the real one.
You'd think that you'd just make it simple enough that you think you hit it and you like miss it by an inch like every time, and you would never notice.
Speaking of Segway, I hope you guys got your helmets on because we're leaving right now.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Hop on, boys.
Yip yip. Everybody got their helmet on.
Have you guys ever ridden a Segway? I don't think that they have horns.
They have to have horns.
You would think.
There has to be a horn.
Or like a bell, like a little bling, bling,
No, I'm thinking
to
a
let
horn
people
like a
know behind
clown
you.
horn. On the Segway.
Like an old jalopy horn. That'd be like a truck horn on a fucking Segway.
No, it's a foghorn.
Oh, that would be even scarier. Those things are even louder.
On a Segway, you're hauling ass. Especially at night. You just
It just sounds like a barge just coming directly into your town. You're in the middle of land.
Yeah, you're on the middle of the street. You're in a foghorn. What is going on?
That's my sorry. That's my best foghorn impression.
Some dude comes mobbing on a Segway. What?
What the fuck is going on?
That's perfect.
I honestly am just happy that exists in a song. I didn't realize that was a real thing. I thought that was just for a meme, and that's a legitimate pre-breakdown vocal lyric, and I love it.
It just that will never die as long as memes stay alive because, like you were saying, it's perfect. What the fuck is going on? You can pair it to any gift.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it'll match virtually every time as long as you get the timing of the intro to like what's being reacted to it appropriately. It'll never die. Speaking of which, have you guys seen any of like the memes where they recycle a lot of the video, but they switch the audio? So like they did one of the guys from, I think, it's not The Undesirables, but it's something like that. It was like a goofy offhand kind of movie, made you feel like you were watching a variation of Waiting. But they, it's a scene where they're standing across an empty dance floor. They're standing at a bar, and there's just a booth of girls sitting there, and then they all awkwardly like dance over to them in the middle of this movie. And in each clip, the audio gets changed to different songs that they're dancing to. There's a video of a guy from a band called Harm's Way that does like a Running Man on stage during the breakdown. So you've seen that.
I've seen that, yeah.
And they switch out the audio. They switch it to different songs that are similar beats per minute and all that stuff, and
yes.
and add up. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, they
now that they broke it down like that, yes.
Yeah, but that was really the one that I wanted to talk about was the Harm's Way guy, because there's a whole meme page on Instagram dedicated to that meme specifically and just changing out the songs.
The Running Man.
And it's great because the whole mosh pit starts going crazy as well, and he's just like this really big guy, and
he's just this ripped dude.
His Running Man looks weird. He looks so stiff too. Like he just looks like he's sore when he's doing it. I mean, that too.
Like if anyone gets near him, he's just gonna pop him.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to mess with him. He looks like just a brick of muscle.
He looks nice.
Yeah, where they call him like a lot of that's old now, I guess, huh? That guy, like that meme with isn't that the big Viking dude that's like?
No, not that guy, not the EDM Viking.
Oh shit!
There's another one.
I had that dude in my mind this whole time.
It's a live video of a concert being performed.
Okay. And so I was thinking of the EDM Viking man, and I was like, yeah, he is really stiff. He was like,
I'll pull that up.
Yeah, the Harm Captain Daddy, if you could show me the Morty. Yeah, it's he just once you see it, you'll understand what I'm saying. But the EDM Viking, what's?
Yeah, it was like a weird outside EDM concert. And it was like in Norway or something, somewhere across seas. And it's just this big really buff like Viking looking dude, and he's just like going fucking hard, just like dancing, and people like edit like dub music over it that like fits with his dancing. It's pretty funny. And he was a meme for a while from this guy. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, it's similar.
Yes, okay. I know yep. Oh, I love it. Look at that two-step.
Like, you can just tell he's been going for a while. Like, he's still got the energy, but he looks like he's getting a little boom, just the slaps and everything. It's so funny. I love this whole video.
Just killing it. Oh.
I want your stats.
Oh, speaking of which,
you want to see my specs?
Captain Daddy, have we talked about our 3 wishes yet? If we came across a genie lamp, what our 3 wishes would be?
Oh, my 3 wishes? Wait, okay, so question is, what's off? Off limits?
So off table is the rules that Genie lays out. You can't make someone fall in love with you. You can't...
wish for death,
yeah,
right?
Well, yeah, you can't wish to be killed. You can't wish to bring somebody back from the dead.
I can't wish to die. Damn it.
Well, because you
Here's
don't
my
need
final
you
wish.
don't need to wish to do that.
I do. I need something else to do it to me. I wish I could die.
That and the genie doesn't want to go to court and possibly prison
Exactly.
for
Why?
murder.
He's the only witness.
He's a magical entity. You like how? Okay, well, we're just gonna keep you in your lamp.
We're never gonna rub this lamp.
Yeah, that's when he
Gonna
throws
keep it on lockdown. forever.
throws him back down into the giant tiger mouth and never see him again.
No, if I was gonna go for 3 wishes, one of my wish would be at least a successful business that I have. Like if I was starting a business,
Yeah.
I want it to be successful.
Well, we're making that wish come true right here
Right now.
on Make Strong Entertainment's very own Let's Smoke About It podcast.
Look at it go. Look at it. This is a little baby right now. It's tiny. Successful in that. I would definitely wish for a clean health slate. Everyone gets revitalized.
Reset your health.
Like my body. Yeah, my health. Like my joints and shit. Can you just hit the refresh button on my body? Please?
Yeah, I think one of them would definitely be like a reset in that, like I could still die of old age, but
Yeah,
I don't
like, I'm not-
I don't hurt.
Yeah, I'm not losing age. My body just is going to feel younger, and some joints and things will be repaired, in a way.
Yeah, but eventually, like my heart just stops working.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
still gonna. It's still
or I get
gonna
hit by a truck.
degenerate. I just get a second chance at feeling good.
I would save that for like maybe when I'm 50. Like, can I like
Hold on to your
bank
third
a wish when I really start hurting at like 50, 60?
Here at Bank a Wish Foundation, you can put a wish away for when you have cancer.
Well, what about wishing for immortality?
Immortality or mortality?
Immortality. At the age that you currently are when you wish it.
I would think that wouldn't be out of the spectrum. If he is a cosmic being with ultimate cosmic power, and you being such a small entity on a planet such as this, I would think that the version of immortality that humans could achieve would be something that he could do for you. Now, if you're talking immortal to any level of, like,
Well, you got
like if you were to try and
I'm
compare
just
your
saying-
immortality to Lord Beerus from Dragon Ball.
I'm saying immortality in the realms of the human world. Like, you cannot die of old age, you cannot get cancer, your organs cannot fail.
I would think that that's something that he could do.
Like, in the
No
realms
problem.
of a human. Like,
Yeah.
someone can still just shoot you in the face and you could die.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I'd agree with
Because
that.
well, actually, you could save a couple wishes because if you wish for immortality,
Then you don't
then-
need that clean bill of health.
yeah, you don't need the clean bill of
Well,
health,
yeah, that wipes that one.
and you don't really need to
Worry
like
about having a truly
a successful business because you have
don't to worry
eternity
about
to
time.
make a success. I
That's
could
true.
fail
You'd
a
have-
million
Mhm.
times.
Eventually, you're gonna get
Yeah.
it right.
And if you get thrown out on the streets because you wasted too much money, well, guess what? You don't need to eat.
Yeah, because just you're immortal in the human realm, so you don't starve.
I was gonna
You
say
don't need to sleep.
you would need. I personally, if I were to do the immortality wish, it's not one of mine. But if I were to do so, I would modify it to the point where I don't need to eat or breathe or sleep. I do it for pleasure and to maintain the illusion of being truly one of everybody else.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, because you'd still need to be able. Oh yeah, no, I'd go with that.
Yeah.
Because the breathing, I
Just
don't
be able
want
to convert it to pure energy or some shit like that.
I don't want to fucking
So
suffocate, so it'd be nice not having to really need to breathe.
that brings my wishes. A little goofier, but my first wish would be to have all the capabilities and knowledge on how to use it and use it to its maximum capabilities that this person does. Everything that Vegeta is able to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That'd be
Okay.
sweet.
Mainly because at that point I could turn that into my main venture of life. Could you
Like a Saiyan?
imagine
Well,
having
'cause you
somebody
would-
as a Saiyan?
You would be an
Somebody
actual
who can fly.
superhero.
Yeah, a real life superhero, somebody who can actually like do like those a bridge is collapsing. Well, let me just fucking
Well,
save
it's
all
like
these
rescue
people real
work. You'd
quick.
be perfect for rescue work.
Mhm.
You can move a bunch
And
of
it would
things.
be minuscule in terms of my power level to be able to do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Instant transmission. Oh, I need to
Mhm.
go to the other side of the world. No,
Exactly.
I'm here. What's up? You need
Yep.
help?
Precisely.
Well, then you'd
And
want
the
some of that
power
Goku
scaling.
power because Vegeta can't instant transmission.
Oh.
Have you been keeping up on the manga?
Obviously not.
I guess you're misinformed.
Vegeta has been spending time on Planet Yard Rat, and he
Okay.
has been learning a technique to release a bunch of pent-up capabilities that he's had
Oh, he's got
ever
some
since the
pent-up rage.
beginning of his. It's not just the pent-up rage. Like, Goku has this same problem, but Goku isn't trained in how to do it. He goes and tries to just train with the gods and see if that works better. But the people of Planet Yardrat use a completely separate like way of unlocking your energy. It's a whole thing. But that being said, I would that would be my first wish, because then as a job, you don't have to worry about income, you don't have to worry about, you know, all sorts of stuff. Granted, it would require upkeep, but if that became my lifestyle, that would be pretty easy for me to dedicate myself to be able to upkeep.
Well, it's like to feed yourself and shit, just dive in the ocean, grab a fish, go eat that bitch. Like,
Exactly.
you don't need the normal human amenities
Precisely.
to survive.
Yeah, you just, you know, I could go pick up a whale if I really wanted. I'm not saying I would, but like that's, you know, I could go do that at any point in my entire life. I could go and do that
and you
with
would be
those
working
powers.
for the state or the country.
You'd be working for the fucking planet. Like you would
that's
hope.
why you're gonna get like shelter. They'd
Yeah.
build your house wherever you stay.
The military would try everything to recruit me, and I would literally tell them to go fuck themselves. Like, I'd be like, I'm not working for you.
Eat a
Sure,
dick.
shit ain't working for China or Russia or anything
No.
like that. I'm not working for any fucking government. I operate under my own capabilities, and if you don't like how I operate, good luck holding me back and killing me. Because realistically, dude, Raditz at the very beginning virtually could take on any human being singularly that he would want,
It's true.
let alone any of the other people, like Boo being able to wipe out almost the entire planet for fun.
Turn everyone into chocolate and eat them.
Gohan being able to do that at Ultimate Gohan, and then Vegeta being, you know, it's a whole thing. That would be my first. My second is to operate the planet and the world and the universe and our existence as a MMORPG.
I was gonna say like a slice of life anime.
That
but
way you have stats. You can see what's going on with you. You know, you can check your inventory at all times about everything that you
Yeah,
own.
okay,
where things
yeah,
are at
yeah.
locations.
So Sword Art Online was like
Yeah, that would be a good example.
with that kind of level of simulation, whatever you have to
Yeah.
actually make a life in it.
Exactly.
That would be sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get to travel these other planets within our solar system would be killer.
And then the third would be to, I don't think I have a third, like truly, because it changes. It changes a lot based on what my mood is, because those first two would make life so much more infinitely enjoyable for me personally that I just couldn't think of anything that would make it better.
I think my
I
third.
love a Coke.
I think my. I love a Coke.
I love a Coke. That's a really horrible joke that we're referencing, but if you get it and you can laugh along, then please.
I think my third one would be that Taco Bell served its breakfast all day, every day.
I mean,
That's my third wish.
it's not a bad wish. It's a fucking good breakfast.
Are
that
you-
Taco Bell has.
That's not a bad wish.
It's not terrible. It was worse. Like, do you want to taste?
I coulda
more
wished
like
for-
an asshole?
Yeah. I could have wished
That's a bad
for
wish.
an apple. I could be like, so I'll take Immortality, World Peace, and an apple.
2 left shoes.
Why?
I don't know.
Who is giving these wishes? Who like has so much that they just, hey, I need a pair of 2 left shoes or the same thing.
He was born with 2 left feet.
About I lost 2 left shoes at one point in my life, and I need to replace them.
Yeah.
But if that was your biggest issue in life,
Or if I could be this,
like, that's my biggest concern.
Or-
That's where I'm being stopped in my tracks.
or my last wish, I wish to be the CEO of Dickies Jeans.
Why?
Who stopped wearing jeans recently?
He did?
Checkmate, atheists. Fucking money.
What? The CEO of Dickies Jeans stopped wearing pants recently.
What?
Or
no,
would you as
I'm gonna
CEO?
be
Okay.
the CEO. That's my last wish, to be the CEO of Dickies
And then
Jeans.
you wouldn't wear jeans. Is that what you're
Nope.
saying?
Cargo
Strictly-
shorts.
Strictly wears sweatpants.
And how does that revert to atheists?
Huh? I don't know. I'm just
That's where I got
I'm just
lost. Really
pulling.
lost.
I'm just pulling shit out of my ass. Is all.
God doesn't exist.
It's just a bit, you know. But it
That's
would be-
right. Jeans don't exist in the Bible, so it's not a real
Exist in
thing.
the Bible. But with Diggy jeans, you should not wear jeans. You make jeans. I don't believe in jeans.
I'm wearing jeans, so I have to believe in jeans.
See, me and this guy got it right. Look at that. We're comfortable as fuck with these pajamas.
I'm not about to be seen out in public in my Jammie Jams. I don't even let my roommates see me in my Jammie Jams.
You know there's a pandemic going on.
You just have to let go of all your inhibitions. And
No,
just-
believe me, I really don't care. Nobody ever sees me in my jammies.
You get naked in front of them. Really set the bar low.
No. That
He
would
needs
be
to have
super
some
inappropriate.
kind of mystery in his life.
I did it with my old roommates, but it was a different dynamic. That was three bros in a townhome.
I was gonna say dynamic.
Three bros in a townhome were allowed to get naked with
he
each other.
lived with a bunch of small, giddy, giggly women, and
a bunch of horny British college
I
students.
say, but
Yes.
you got Matt Poon.
Living with them? No.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. I had sex one time in the last
How
year.
many times did you get naked in that house?
Oh, a lot. That's what we're talking about?
But you had sex one time.
One time.
These numbers. I have questions. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
I know you don't care.
I want to bid at you.
You're going to bid at me?
I do bid at you.
well, strap on your helmets. All right, everybody locked in, clicking your
Got it
seatbelts.
on.
All right, here we go. You good? Whoa, shit!
All right, everyone. Thank God we had our helmets on because that was a pretty rough segue.
Drop my drink.
Dropped your drink. I lost my favorite hat.
It's right, man. I'm
I
so
still got
thirsty.
mine.
Well, you're lucky because that was my favorite hat. Let me explain something to you about my favorite hat. I don't have a favorite hat. I don't wear hats.
Fuck!
Anyway, I have a question for the two of you guys. Would you rather run a successful entertainment LLC, able to crank out videos, media, with the level of production that you aspire to have, or would you rather be in a successful touring band that you could provide your life with, and like a happy and a fruitful life, not even just like an average life, like some
Well,
not necessarily Metallica, but also not like what
Let's say,
Under
like,
Oath
a
has.
Day to Remember is a perfect example.
That'd be a fair.
It's
That's
like
a good.
They're well known, but
Yeah.
they're not like stretched thin.
Yeah, exactly.
counter question: can I have my cake and fuck it too?
I was gonna say both of those are great.
I think I would go with the entertainment, because like,
There's more opportunities, right?
yeah, I feel like I can be more creative with video content, because I found out like when creating music, I found it was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
It is so difficult, and I grew so much more appreciation for all artists, even if their music is generic and stupid. But at least they did something. But it's hard, and I am like kind of a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to it. So like I want it to sound a certain way, and I don't have quite the musical knowledge to make it sound that way, and like, which is fine, because honestly I like it more as a hobby to do either on my own or just to
Just like
tinker
I wanna
on
learn a
one song for a month. I made one song and it took 3 months, but I did it. Whereas I feel like with videos, like now that we've been doing the Let's Plays and we're doing this, and even once we start doing some live action stuff, which will be so fun. Oh my god.
I can't wait. Look at that camera right there.
I mean, we'd also been, we've been doing it since high school, so like I feel like I can just get more creative because songs have a certain structure, and like, and a lot of constant memorization. And I mean, I guess it's easier the better you know your instrument. Like, if I knew the guitar inside and out, then it would be whatever. But with this, we can go shoot a video, do a podcast, do whatever, and then I forget about it.
Yeah, and then just move on.
Unless it's like a script, but I don't know. It's different, but I think I would have more fun doing that.
Well, and then like with the, because I would go with the entertainment too. There's just no ceiling to it. You can do whatever you want as long as you can think of it,
Mm-hmm.
and as long as you can think of it and put the pieces together, you can come out with a bunch of different stuff. And there's always an audience for something. So
Yeah.
even if it's like, well, the people you went for, they don't like it, but you got these fans over here. All of a sudden, it's like, well, maybe I can do this and that. Like, it kind of gives you options. You're not just stuck to one thing.
Yeah, funny enough, they something like that happened to me in a weird little punk rock group I was a part of. We started popping up with fans in like Australia and like Europe.
Hell yeah.
And that was kind of crazy. It's just like nobody here likes what we're doing, but over there we're starting to gather, a little bit of attention. And so
especially Australia of all places.
Of all places. Like, are you kidding me? I would agree with you both, mainly because through the Entertainment LLC, you could potentially go a route of doing music if you should so please.
Exactly.
You can make videos.
That.
Yeah, you can make videos like that. And even depending on how good you are, look at YouTubers like Stevie T, Jared Dines.
Yeah, there's different ways that you
Nick
can
Nocturnal. There are a bunch of guys that do their, have their own groups, have done multiple bands, multiple projects. They now have the funding to put stuff together. Jared Dines, for Christ's sakes, hosted a show in Seattle.
Daddy Rock.
He's had numerous bands before, and it's all because of his Entertainment LLC, what he's able to do on platforms of social media and being able to share his content and build those friendships with bands like Trivium and Breaking Benjamin. And it's just,
well, that just goes with the entertainment again. Just doesn't have a ceiling.
And that's just one segment. That's music.
Yeah.
If you choose to go that route, let alone the route of podcasting, let alone the route of live action, be it in cooking, be it in comedy, be it in whatever.
Acting has always been like a small thing. It's been in the back of my mind. It's like, that would be pretty fun.
It would be
always come back to me. It's like, it would be
awesome. Yeah.
Amateur acting, whatever, just act
just do it.
Low budget, I don't give a damn.
But that just goes to show that with the level of commitment you could have to something like that, that shows where you could be in 2 or 3 years, let alone 5. So that's why I asked the question.
That's a good question. I appreciate the question. It was solid.
Now let's make it. What would I rather do? The Entertainment LLC, for sure. Because with how we have discussed some of the ideas that we have, I have had a lot of visions that I would like to.
Oh yeah, we talked about this earlier.
We've talked about a lot of them, but
the platform is set, baby.
Exactly, the platform's set. We gotta, just round it off. Got to make some good strides in what we know and what we would like to going further.
Well, the Backstreet Boys reunion tour doesn't really help our case.
No, neither does the My Chemical Romance one either. Did they cancel that one, or did they just reschedule that? Are you going? I guess I should ask.
No,
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Oh no, he was. It's code word for Corona. Backstreet Boys.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little bit we got from Game Grumps.
I was gonna say over my head.
I do know though that they actually are going on tour.
That's why I thought you brought it up. I'm like, I guess that throws a wrench in the system.
Yeah, someone tweeted that at Aaron. It was like, Aaron, what do we do? He's like, run. Don't go outside. Stay hidden.
Hide under that rock. Get under the stairs.
Yeah, it does kind of make it hard, especially for like going out in public areas to shoot shit and do stuff.
I mean, don't get me wrong. As much as I would love to be a part of a successful touring band, because that's been a lifelong dream of mine, I still feel like there are more things that you can do with. Well, but then there's the vice versa. Bands like August Burns Red, especially with the reunion of the Backstreet Boys, has gone out on multiple platforms and is now bringing more of a voice to other things that are going on. Jake Lures, especially with, I can't remember the name of the foundation, but it's a project that he's put together in terms of like raising mental health awareness, as well as providing a platform for people to feel comfortable enough to talk to about issues with people who are trained professionals to talk with about that. Like,
nice.
It's, they're using stuff like that. Matt Greiner, their drummer, is doing this whole bit. He's got his own podcast now that he's doing. He brings in a bunch of special guests and talk about drums and their religion and things of that nature. But like, you could go both ways. The Entertainment LLC, you could go the music route. With the music route, you could broaden your horizon to be more appealing to more people. But
Yeah.
I don't think that there's as much of that capability on the music side, even though that like deep down that's what I would love to do.
Right.
I feel like overall I would have more fun. I would be able to express myself to my entirety through the broadened horizon that is the entertainment group.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can express it in different forms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I have every intention of exploring all those outlets as well.
Oh,
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a
explore
lot of
every
fun.
outlet that I can
I'm
fit
gonna
my greasy fingers into.
explore your
Started
outlets.
from the bottom, and
Now we're kind of halfway up.
I'm crawling on the ground.
Started from the bottom, and now we're one tick up.
We're getting there slowly but surely.
But we're always gonna be right here with you.
I think that might just wrap that bad boy up. Wrap that smoke right up.
I think it's time
Nice
to
and
get
tight.
in our silver rocket ship, blast on out of here. Until next time.
Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us today.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and follow our social medias that are in the description thing.
Feel free to leave a like and a comment. Let us know what you think of this week's episode.
Yes. And keep returning, please.
Yeah, please.
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 We need this. We're trying to survive.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.